Alright you guys, this is the first time I'm actually pulling the kayak with the truck. I had my rods in the back seat going forwards and I didn't really like that, so I put them in the front seat facing backwards and there's so much more room. Another thing is I could see the entire kayak almost out of the back of the Jeep, whereas with pulling with the truck, I actually can't see the kayak at all for the tailgate. People have been saying that it's easier to actually back something up with the truck than it was the Jeep, and so I'm gonna go grab some lunch, head to a new spot on the lake. If the wind's not terrible, we're gonna get out on the kayak and see how it goes. But first, I gotta go get some food. It took me about 30 minutes to get out here. It's a pretty good drive. Even further if I was leaving from my house, but I was leaving from the church. That current is way too terrible. I told you guys it was probably a little too windy today, so this is a really great spot that Jeremy found though. So I'm not gonna put in today because I don't feel like being blown around for a few hours, but on a less windy day, this is definitely a spot we're gonna hit. So maybe later this week, this will be the play, but today it's not. Alright guys, it's actually Friday. This is the next chance I got to come out, and instead of going to the new spot, which is another 20-25 minutes down the road, because I don't have a whole lot of time today, I just came back to the creek where I've been successful. So I'm gonna put in, float down a little bit. The audio on the GoPro is not that good because you can still hear the highway, but if I catch a fish too close to the highway, I'll probably just have to narrate over it. But I'm gonna back this in for the first time in the truck and get on the water. Alright y'all, we're out here on the river and it should be quiet enough for you guys to hear me over the road noise. I'm just starting with the Googan Baits swim jig with a Googan Baits Saucy Swimmer on the back, all white because that's what I've had the most success on overall. I also have a couple more baits tied on that I'm going to try once I get away from all of this. Like there's a lot of grass and foliage here and I don't want to throw crankbaits with treble hooks on it here. Once I get further down the creek, I'm going to switch to those and I'll show you those when we get there. Alright, I'm switching to the 6 Sense Quake 70. This is just the regular one. I also have a Quake 70 Thud tied onto another rod. This is just in a kind of shad pattern, which I think is going to be best for out here. One thing that concerns me is last time I was out, I broke my leader off, and so this is the first time I've tied a leader to braid using a uni knot. So I hope it holds up because I don't have very many. Actually, I've only got one of these, one in another color, but luckily Phantom Outdoors has started selling 6 Sense, so if I lose this one, I might be able to go there and pick up another one. Man, the casting distance when you switch to braid. I think that's grass. Yeah, and I'm pretty far away, so. That's one thing about a kayak. You get hung up, you can pull yourself to wherever you got stuck. While we're on our way over here to get unstuck, hopefully, because this is like a $7 mover. Casting difference when you switch to braid is incredible, like night and day difference. I can throw so much further. I know I kind of talked about that in my last video. Also, benefit to kayak fishing, you get hung up like I just did, you can pull yourself over to where it was. I mean, I guess if you're in a boat, you can use a trolling motor. Go to the other side. Go around. Go to the other side. Okay. That took me literally about 10 minutes to get unstuck. I have no idea what that could have been stuck on. I tried everything, but apparently getting like frustrated, pulling it really hard. cord seemed to do the trick, but we still have our 6 cents crankbait, and we're gonna keep throwing it. All right, lipless crankbait, not good for out here, one bit. That's twice I've gotten pretty crazy snags, so I'm actually just gonna switch to the weightless trick worm and maybe throw the swim jig a little bit. I really want to throw these crankbaits, but this is just not the ideal place to do that. So I'm gonna switch these out and get back to fishing. Well, snag after snag after snag after break off after break off, I think that's a sign for me to head back upstream and go back to the truck. I feel like that's kind of the theme of fishing though. Like, you either have a day where you slay or you have a day where it's just super dead. I mean, we did have a couple for sure bites, but it was probably brim or like really small bass because they couldn't get the worm all the way in the mouth. It is a really nice day out here though. I think it's in the 60s, the sun's out, it's not super cold, but for whatever reason it's just not a good time for bass fishing on this creek. Now there is a new spot that I want to try to hit, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit it before Thanksgiving. Maybe Sunday afternoon. I don't know, we'll see. All right, I'm going to paddle back upstream and probably call it a day on that one. How's it going? Living the dream, man. It's a great day out here.
Yeah. Did you catch anything?
Not a thing.
Not a thing? Pretty special, okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Take care, man.
Be safe. All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for me. I'm gonna unload the kayak, get everything back in the truck, head on. I gotta be at a rehearsal dinner tonight at 6. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, it's gonna pop up on the screen right down here. Make sure you do, because I'm posting there daily, so you can keep up with me in between videos. With the holiday season, I don't know how that's gonna affect releases, but I'll see you guys on the next one.